you know what? Money well spent.
So do you think Paul Feig is going to be paid well for directing the Ghostbusters movie?
Oh no! Look out!
I don't think it'll be. See, that's comparing apples to oranges. Because they didn't remake the story for Star Wars.
Potential configurations. You know, theoretically.
They expanded on it. And with Ghostbusters, it seems like they're remaking it.
You know what kind of ticked me off also about the trailer? And remember, everybody who's watching or listening, I'm going to be watching it anyway. I still want to give it a chance, so please don't rat on me. But at the beginning,
Ecto-1's a hearse and not a ambulance?
Yeah, well, that was... You can't replace the original Ecto-1. There's no...
No.
But what kind of ticked me off was at the beginning of the trailer, it says, 30 years ago, 4 scientists saved the world from ghosts and paranormal things like that. This time, these, people are... It's their chance to save the world or whatever.
Yeah.
And it ticked me off because, like, wait a minute. Is this a reboot? Or is this a continuation of the series?
Yeah.
All right, keep your head down and keep hitting these portals. One of them's gotta lead out.
I don't think they know what they want to do with it. I think they're doing it to make money. That's my honest opinion on it. I don't think they know what they want to do with it. Because if it was a reboot, then they wouldn't have mentioned that. If it's a remake, or not a remake, a continuation, then yeah, by all means say that. God bless.
If it was a continuation, then yeah, you say, hey, 30 years ago this happened. But it's basically just them rehashing the story and trying to do it again from base zero. And then having Thor being Janine Nolan's.
Yeah. And
which I don't know how I feel about that casting. That's really weird.
Yeah, the casting is... I don't like it. And I don't think I would have liked it had they done the story differently. I don't think... I think Ghostbusters is like, oh man. That's unprofessional of me.
Very unprofessional. It's 4 a.m. where Tip is right now.
I think Ghostbusters for me is one of those things. I don't want to say this to be sacrilegious, but it's like the Bible.
Oh no, Tip, no.
I don't want there to be,
it's a bit of a stretch. Go on.
We don't need a rewrite or a remake of the Bible.
Yeah.
Maybe the Bible was the wrong example to use.
Let's say maybe like Star Wars. Somebody wants to remake A New Hope.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
It's not something you do. You just don't mess with it. I mean, it's done. That's why I was saying earlier that it's probably not wise for them to want to do a remake of the prequels because the damage is already done. It's already considered canon. So you just almost have to accept it and move on, like the Ewoks,
Yeah. Well, I kind of like the Ewoks.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the Ewoks. It's just...
I guess where I was going with a remake of the prequels is... I just want them to get rid of Jar Jar.
No one will let Jar Jar go until there's conclusive proof that he's been murdered. Or somehow let out to the back of his face.
What they could have done that I wouldn't have minded in episode 7, and they can do it in episode 8. Actually, I think the Sith need to stop with the planet destroying lasers. It's just not working out for them. But I think what they could have done with the Starkiller base is that planet that they blew up.
Mm-hmm.
They should have let it be known that it was Naboo.
Huh.
And then, hey, guess what, guys? All the Gungans are dead.
There you go. There you go. Oh no, Chancellor! What was his fate? What was it? He was a senator. Senator Jar Jar was caught in the crossfire of Starkiller base.
Yeah.
Well, that was a mess.
And whoa!
Looks like a good place for slime tether. The Stretch a slime tether, point and launch the first one. Point and shoot the second.
But
Launch the slime tether will then
yeah, it was just one of those things where I think they could do a lot of good for the Star Wars fans and get a lot of goodwill by killing.
You can blast an existing tether with any other equipment.
But that would almost be the franchise's way of admitting they made a horrible mistake. And that'd be nothing but fan service. Just be like, hey, well, okay, we realize that we completely screwed up the franchise by having this character in there. We're not only going to apologize by not having him in there anymore, we're furthermore going to find a way to murder him mercilessly.
You know what, Patrick?
Yes.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Ghostworld or no, the principle of leverage. Still
We're
works the
very
same
sorry.
way.
Well, I mean, it's George Lucas, right? I mean, that was his
You're
whole
on
deal.
fire, cadet.
He created
Yeah.
Jar Jar.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta rectify a mistake.
Yeah. Exhibit. The huge energy pulse.
You know what we should do? We gotta find a way to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be completely different than what we've been doing with the podcast and everything, and all these live streams and let's plays. But we should get some webcams.
Oh boy.
And defeat Stay Puft. But we should get some webcams and a big screen TV and one of those capture cards.
Uh-huh.
And start. I'm killing Stay Puft.
It's okay.
And do like GoldenEye or something.
Oh, like old-fashioned GoldenEye?
Yeah.
We'd really have to find a way to do that. They never made a HD remake of the GoldenEye we used to play.
Yeah, they did on the Wii U.
Yeah, but it doesn't have Pierce Bronson. It has Daniel Craig.
I guess that's forgivable because I mean we just used to play. I don't think I ever played story mode on that one. I think I solely did multiplayer.
Yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much all we did. Yeah, we could do that. We'd have to do that.
And like just rig it up where we got the cameras filming us and then the capture card and we could have I don't know.
No, that's a good idea. I like that.
Set it up.
Relive all the swearing misfit days.
Yep. Pay Mr. Chase to do a cameo. I don't know what you do in your house, but in my house I don't appreciate that language.
Julian's being like, I'm sorry, sir. Probably tears.
Or even, you know, another game.
What would be a good game for all of us to play as a Let's Play? By the way, this question goes out to our viewers and listeners as well. If what would be a good game for me and Tip to play, or for a group of complete and total jackasses to play?
We could even bring Dan in on this.
Yeah. Well, of course you'd have Dan in on it.
Yeah. I mean, that would be logistically a little harder because we'd have to get him to the States or we'd all have to go to Canada.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I guess we could do it online, but I was thinking more hangout.
Yeah. No, and we could, I mean, the logistics we could figure out, but
Yeah.
it would be cool if we all had something like that we could do.
Okay, Pat, I'm catching up. I just killed Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I'm gonna have to hurry.
You're like 4 levels ahead of me, aren't you?
I am, but I'm in one of the, I don't want to say one of the more annoying levels of the game, but this is definitely not my favorite levels. Where it's a little bit past the library, but you're still having to go through the ghost world to get back to the main world.
Cool.
And it takes a little while, but I'm hoping I can bust through it.
This dimension is extremely volatile. It seems to be tearing itself
Huh? I am catching up. Catching up.
Yes. You know, I have to say this though. I know that it stinks having a new group of people doing a Ghostbusters that's not, you know, the original cast.
Yeah.
But I will have to say that, it probably wouldn't have been the greatest of an idea to bring out the original 4 to try to do a third one.
Well, yeah, since one's dead.
Well, I mean, yeah, but even when he was still alive and they were having all of that issues with Bill Murray being the one who didn't want to do anything and trying to get him to be on board with it. And I think he saw what everybody else didn't quite see, which was, yeah, they could make another Ghostbusters, but it would be terrible, and it would probably ruin everybody's idea of what the original was supposed to be about.
And that's, something I commend him on. Some people will get mad that he didn't want to do it, but I think, hey, you were able to see that it was pretty damn perfect the way it was.
And then I know that I know Ghostbusters 2 wasn't as well received as Ghostbusters 1.
Yeah. And I'm just
just kind of agreeing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to add to that.
Oh no, I mean, it's just my opinion. I don't know. To me, that's why I've always loved this video game, because this was my dream come true video game. It literally is the third movie to me, and it has all the original cast members, has Harold Ramis in it, and it's an excellent story. It's an excellent conclusion to the story they started telling in the first movie, but didn't quite, go that far into because of budget constraints, visual effects constraints. But if this was a story that was sitting inside of Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd's head, oh man, what crazy minds they had. Because everybody sees the comedy side of it, but it's actually a really good, well-written, thought-out story. This whole Ivo Shandor thing.
Yeah. There's just a lot of different stuff that people don't realize, whether it be Star Wars or Ghostbusters. And there's another one, too, that I can't think of. I can't think of it, but they don't realize the story is so well thought out.
Long staircase.
And that's what I mean about the situational humor. They were okay. Yeah, it's a comedy because they all handled it in a comedic way, but the story was actually a pretty serious story, and you just had these idiots who, well, not idiots, but you had these victims of circumstance.
Yeah.
Who were really witty, just basically be able to make light of the situation. So here's this, and it's funny too, because here's this life-ending, the world-ending situation, and here's these 4 guys cracking jokes, and there are only hope,
And it's like the new Independence Day movie that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
I'm very, very upset with it.
Oh no.
I watched the trailer for it.
Uh-huh.
And it seems like they took 20 years to do a remake. And, I mean, it's the same idea, but...
more CGI.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oops.
And I will not be going to see that.
You're not going to give it a chance? I mean, come on, it's...
No, I'm very cut and dry. Like you said, Pat, I live my life in absolutes.
And only a Sith deals in absolutes. So, Tip, you're either a Sith or Jar Jar. I don't know what to say.
Definitely not Jar Jar.
But look at this. How can you properly critique the movie if you don't go to see it?
Oh, I've seen the preview.
Oh, no.
That's where it's come to in my life. I like what I like. And I don't want to bring new stuff in and move stuff around or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
So you have one shot to wow me. With your preview. Like the preview for Deadpool.
Uh-huh.
I was sold. I couldn't tell you which one sold me because they did like 365 of them.
Uh-huh.
But just that media campaign and breaking down the fourth wall in the previews and knowing the Deadpool comic books, I was sold. Because they remain true to the character. Batman versus Superman, not gonna go see it.
Ah, Tip, come on, man. You gotta.
They lost me when they cast Ben Affleck.
Yeah. I was really pissed off when they picked Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I mean, not that I'm a Christian Bale loyalist,
Yeah.
but Ben Affleck,
I know. He kind of came out of nowhere.
he hasn't. I can't think of a good Ben Affleck movie.
Recruit, I have some trouble getting to the portal. Use
I mean,
the
he's
front
been
door.
in good movies, but he wasn't a lead.
He wasn't the reason it was a good movie.
Yeah, like we talked about this with Dan, the Kevin Smith movies, and I agree. Mallrats is a great movie. Ben Affleck was in that movie. He wasn't what made that movie. Chasing Amy, the one Kevin Smith movie that, I didn't really like, starred Ben Affleck. And it's, Good Will Hunting. Everyone loves Good Will Hunting. Not this guy.
Never seen Good Will Hunting.
Oh, you're better off.
Gonna have to. But see, that's the thing. I grew up watching terrible movies just because I thought I was supposed to. And that's probably my older brother's problem.
Well, I like bad movies. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some movies that,
I think he goes by
yeah, I
now.
would say the normal person wouldn't watch.
What is your example of a watchable bad movie? Like
A watchable.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I like the Kill Bill movies.
Okay.
Trying to think. All my movies that I own are in my other room.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to think which ones I own.
Did you ever watch like Three Amigos?
Yes, and I liked that. And The Jerk. I liked The Jerk.
Which one is that?
You've never seen The Jerk?
I don't think I have.
Oh, Pat, you've got to see The Jerk.
Okay.
The movie, it stars Steve Martin. And the opening line is I was born a poor black child. And I love that movie.
Anything with Steve Martin, I'll give a try. He's earned my.
Steve Martin is one of those people. Bill Murray's another one where I'll watch any movie Bill Murray's in. Steve Martin. Trying to think. I think right now those are the only two that I'll watch anything they're in.
Well, I don't know. Bill Murray, Osmosis Jones.
I do like what they've done.
I kind of liked it.
But I hope that.
I liked him in Groundhog Day. That was really good.
Have I told you what I want them to do with Groundhog Day?
Oh yeah, re-release it on Groundhog Day the next
Someone's
year.
holding us here.
No. Say that they're doing a sequel,
As it wants to add to his
and then
collection, he's probably not too happy about us taking the Gozerian
just re-release it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you
Look at
go.
that twisted little bookworm dude.
Groundhog Day 2.
He murdered Eleanor Twitty.
I think it would be kind of funny as if, like, let's say what would be kind of cool is if they took the actors as they are now, the age that they are now, and then they went back and they redid the movie with the actors at the ages they are now.
Oh, so like a remake.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but it's exactly like maybe Bill Murray's character, Punxsutawney Phil, is having some problems with, finding himself again or whatever.
Yeah.
And, oh man. This thing.
Okay, for those of you listening, I have just entered the library.
Yeah.
That must be the key.
So I'm about 20 minutes behind Pat.
Close 'em down.
Don't worry, he'll close the gap pretty quick here.
Yeah, because I don't die. That sounded very jerkish of me.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I understand it.
I'm just competitive. But yeah, there are some actors that no matter what they're in,
We need to clear
I'll
the
go
black
watch it.
slime off the map. Use the slime blower kit.
I'm not saying that no matter what they're in, I'll like it, but I'll go see it.
Yeah.
Looks vulnerable.
And then there are actors where that used to be the case, but I'm ready for them to be done. Like Liam Neeson. Because he does that type of tough guy role. And he's kind of,
I think we just exposed his angry side.
you know, shouldn't be.
Well, okay, Tip, using that logic, though, you have to then go watch the new Ghostbusters movie.
Why?
Bill Murray's going to do a cameo on it.
Ah, shit.
So is Dan Aykroyd, so is Ernie Hudson.
Damn it. Damn it, guys. Way to ruin my summer.
Homework.
Bill Murray.
Go watch new Ghostbusters. Oh, come on, Ray, get us up. Okay.
I'll go watch it. But like I said, that doesn't mean I like it. Damn it, Bill Murray.
Actually, Bill Murray was the one who recommended Melissa McCarthy.
And I could see how maybe that would be a good idea. But I think at the same time they failed. The execution wasn't good. Good idea for execution.
I want to see it before I judge it. I cannot possibly say it's going to be a good or bad movie until after I see it. I really want to give it a try. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. But it's like you said, I tend to kind of lean towards the fact that there's going to be more slapstick than there should be.
Yeah. And
if it is, it's just going to defeat the purpose of Ghostbusters.
There's a new portal back here. Come on,
and you know what? There's... Yeah, that'll defeat the purpose. And why can't I find what I'm looking for? But, it'll defeat the purpose.
Uh-huh.
So here's an interesting question.
Okay.
We are both adult male,
Uh-huh.
and we've been on dates, not with each other.
Oh, Tip, please. I thought it counted. I thought it mattered.
Sorry, Pat.
That's okay. Go on.
What would you say the most memorable movie date you've been on was?
Most memorable movie date.
Yeah. Like, what movie was...
Nope, it wasn't here the first time.
Like, date of all time? Or, like, with when I was dating April? Or
All time. All time. Like, it could be with anyone, and that's why I'm not going to use names. Because...
Well, here's the problem. Here's the thing. Is that if it's that good of a movie, I don't remember who it was because I wasn't worried about the date. I was more like, I want to watch this movie.
And analyze the
And that's what I'm getting at.
I think... well... That's a really good question. What about you? What's your most memorable?
Okay, so the universe is going to laugh at me.
Uh-huh.
But the most memorable movie date I was on
Uh-huh.
was for Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood.
Oh my gosh, why?
I think it was really just the company. The girl I went with was a really good friend, and this was our only attempt at, like, maybe we should be more than friends.
Uh-huh.
And that was the movie she wanted to see.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't tell you anything. I couldn't even tell you who was in the movie. And it's not because we were doing what high school kids do during movies. Like, we watched it, but it was just a really enjoyable time.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, and that's, like, I just remember the title of the movie, I remember who I went with, and I remember I had a really good time.
Well, I had two instances, I guess. I don't remember what the movie was. One was, I think, Pirates of the Caribbean. One was Matrix Reloaded. But I remember one time I was dating this girl in high school, and she couldn't find her purse. She had lost her purse. And she was freaking out about it and really like, oh my god, I can't find it. I got to cancel my cards. I'm going to call my dad and do all this. I said, hold on. And I went to basically the manager staff and said, hey, I'm looking for this purse for this person. I was able to describe it perfectly. and which shows I've been paying attention to what her purse looks like.
Yeah.
And I brought it back, and I was a hero. I was like, oh, thank you very much. You found my purse. I'm like, yeah, that's right.
See, and I would not have ever been able to do that to this day.
But here's the other memorable one. And it has to do with another member of the Jackass Express, because earning his Jackass Award for the night. I was, many years later, I had started dating my now wife, and we went to go see Friday Night Lights. And we went to the same movie theater we always go to. And when we got to the movie theater, I had noticed that my ex-girlfriend was there at the movie theater trying to get, they're standing in line for tickets, and I was telling Julian, I need you to not to help me avoid her.
Good old Julian.
And the first thing he does is run up and hug her and be like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you?" I'm like, "Julian."
You know, Julian is really friendly at the most inopportune times.
Yeah, and it was a weird thing too. And then she said, "Hi, Patrick, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, hi. Hey, who's this?" "This is a girl I'm dating." And then I'm like, oh, crap. And then so later, all was said and done, and later, my wife was asking me, or my girlfriend at the time, April, I was like, who is that? It was my ex-girlfriend. It was stupid. It was nothing. I just remember the entire time watching the movie, I was so mad at you. I was like, doggone it.
I have a similar story to that.
But wait, let me finish real quick, and then I'll let you tell your story, and then we probably should start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
We went to Village Inn afterwards, and I got a water. And by the way, it's, for those of you who don't know what Village Inn is, it's like a little coffee house here in El Paso. And
it's in other places than just El Paso, Pat.
It might not be in Russia though, Tip.
It's definitely not in Russia. Although they may have built one in honor of Jackass Express, because we talk about it a lot.
It's possible. But in any case, I was trying to squeeze a lemon into my water. And by no purpose at all, I didn't do it on purpose whatsoever, I squeezed a lemon, and it shot right into Julian's eye.
Well, there you go.
So I was like, divine justice. And I felt so bad, and I apologized to him, and he was really upset because he's got had his perfect 2020 pilot vision.
Yeah. So, damn it, there's the ghost. My similar story, it's not really that similar, I guess. So I dated this girl for a long time, off and on. And she's a good person. We just weren't good for each other. And both of us were too stubborn to realize that.
Yes, we just arrived at the
so, in one of our off times, I dated this other girl.
Oh, no.
And then we get back together, and we go to her cousin's house. And I see a car that looks familiar. I was like, oh, that's weird. And we walk in, and I see secondary girl, we'll call her, because I'm trying not to use names.
Secondary girl, okay, girl number 2.
And the girl that I was seeing was like, well, what's going on? Why are you reacting like you know this girl? I was like, because I do. And I was trying so hard to avoid the fact that me and this girl didn't date, but we were hanging out. And I was trying really hard to avoid that fact. And then my girlfriend's cousin walks out and says, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, you know so-and-so? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm dating her now. I was like, oh, cool. And, like, still trying to avoid how I know this girl.
Right.
And needless to say, my girlfriend's grandpa, of all people, figured it out.
Oh, no.
And just, like, asked in front of everybody. So, it was just an awkward moment where it's like, how do I get through this?
Good work.
Why?
Were you trying to hide that you were dating the girl before?
Well, like, the girl that was dating the cousin that I had dated in the past knew. knew of my girlfriend and that we had broken up and got back together, blah blah blah. And, like, she knew the whole situation, and it was just one of those weird things where I saw just how jealous the girl I was dating was.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it gets worse, where she thought I was cheating on her with when Jonathan had come to town and I was hanging out with him.
Uh-huh.
And like she'd be at work and I
Wait, you were cheating on her with Chase?
That was what she was thinking, I guess. I don't know.
Go on.
But he had come to town and she was at work and I had time between class, so we went to lunch. And because I didn't call her and tell her what I was doing, it turned into its big, like, what, you don't respect me, blah, blah, blah. I was like, chill out. I'm having lunch with my friend.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
in
It's a very
the
dangerous,
relationship didn't last much longer after that.
very dangerous game.
Yep. And it's nothing against her. I was just very good looking, still am, and it made her insecure when I was interacting with other people.
Oh, Dr. Rutherford. Z, he's the assistant curator of the museum.
Is that wrong of me to admit that I'm good looking and that I know?
Well, no, I mean, come on, please, you should have known that.
Yeah.
Fine taste in
And-
movies.
Yeah, I've got great taste in movies. I'm an excellent person. You'll always know where you stand with me.
Unless you're Taylor Swift.
Or button or mug or
But
t-shirt.
that's another story for another time.
Oh, that would be
I-
wonderful.
If I was given the opportunity, like if she came up to me and said, Tip, first she'd have to learn my name. But if she said, I would like to date you, I would have to tell her no.
To Taylor
Because-
Swift. Do you turn down Taylor Swift?
I would turn down Taylor Swift
Wow, okay.
because she's too perfect.
Also, she's a little bit young for us, I think.
She's 26.
Is she really?
Yeah,
Well, I guess that's not so bad.
I looked it up.
That's right.
I became an expert because that's what I do.
I mean, you could just, like, I don't know. You'd become her next song, though. You'd have a song named after you for...
I would, but too perfect. And I think that would be like the best way to turn a girl down. It's like, no, you're too perfect for me. I could not date you.
Aw.
Guys are really good.
I
Voila. That's
would
Cleveland's
not
exorcism in a nutshell. Cleaner than somebody's
um,
head spinning all around and barbing pieces.
be able to enjoy it.
Will he be okay?
How you
I would
doing,
become that jealous person I wouldn't want to be.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Well, yeah. I realize we spent probably less time talking about Ghostbusters than we should have, but we got some good...
We never talk about Ghostbusters.
No, we talked about Ghostbusters today.
Found the curator.
Yeah.
Actually, it was great.
and we did, but Golem form, we never actually talk about it. And I think that's what makes this really cool.
It's a charming podcast. Or not a podcast, a Let's Play.
Yeah, because that people get to know us because our guard is down because we're focused on this damn game.
There you go.
Well, hello.
Well, I think, I don't know about you, if you're close to a save point or somewhere where you can take a break, but I think we
I've
should probably...
got to kill this book golem.
What he said.
Okay.